won't hide.
Yes.
I want your money. Take care of me.
I should take care of you like you are my child.
I didn't even say take care of you. I said, would you buy me hair?
Most human beings are ungrateful.
Please, watch your language.
Whoa. Have your views on anal sex changed?
God created one part for something. Let's just deal with that.
Oh, this is so interesting because I have thoughts.
Are you considering her feelings because she's sitting right here?
He just ghosted.
I even said to myself, why did you choose him?
Are You My Type? The reunion starts now.
Hello everyone, it's Joseph Aymt coming to you from the Mojo Bar in Yaneba Estates. Welcome to Are You My Type Season 1 Reunion. Alright, so today I am joined by Joseph, Barbara and Maame. How is everybody doing?
I'm good.
Doing well.
Doing great.
How are you?
Yeah, great.
Oh, well, I'm okay. You know, we're surviving with all Marion. But you guys look really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was telling you, you look taller than you were looking in that big chair. Okay. What about yourself, Joseph? How have things been for you?
Not bad. It's been a busy season kind of up to December, but I've been working a lot. But so far, so good.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I hope that includes your date with Barbara as well.
We can discuss.
So, look, this was our very first couple off of season 1. They had a very interesting conversation, very sex-filled conversation, if you ask me. Let's take a quick look at their conversation on the episode, and we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Joseph.
Wow. I like his voice. Hi, I'm Barbara.
I like her voice.
Are you dating?
No, I'm not dating.
Interesting, he hasn't been in a lot of relationships, actually. I mean, he's a Ghanaian guy. Would you have anal sex?
Sometimes you just don't expect this type of question.
Let me just say this now.
Sure.
If we ever get anywhere from here, that's out of the question.
What's the freakiest thing you've ever done for a guy?
Sitting down and watching someone fucking. Oh, wow.
She's very pretty, you know, she's a model, she's very tall. I can see it even when she was sitting down. I'm like, oh, she's tall. Of course, it's a model, which makes sense.
All right, and so that was what transpired between Joseph and Barbara. I mean, looking at them when they began the episode, I did not expect to have questions about anal sex. That happened. So we're going to begin with a viewer question for Barbara. Okay, this is Melissa. She says, I love how open you were with Joseph on your first date. However, if you were on a date with a guy and all the questions he asked were sexual, would you be put off or intrigued? Be honest. Barbara.
Well, I would say that in this situation, I was having fun and the conversations were getting to that point. So there's nothing wrong with having that conversation. It was just two consent adults having a conversation.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't, unless it's a different context in which he spoke to me.
Different contexts like what?
Maybe if he was saying, would you have sex with me today? Would you do anal sex with me? That would
if he had asked you like on the set.
Yeah.
That would have been a bit disrespectful to you? Okay.
That would have been different, but this was like a conversation we were having. And it just came up. I don't even know how we got there,
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't know how
You don't know? I can remind you. You were asking him about, no, I think he asked you how freaky you were. True.
No, I did not. I think
You did not?
She did.
She did?
She did, and I would just followed up.
Yeah, you were trying to find out if he was going to be into threesomes. And then you went into anal sex.
No,
and then,
so if I remember correctly, what happened was we spoke about something that had to do with my personal life, something I said.
Okay.
Then he asked me a question that would I want to do a threesome or something like that. I don't remember. But that's how it got to. So then I asked him, so is this something that he's interested in?
Yes.
And then he said, well, if it gets to that, I'm like, then you're not getting it from me. That was how it went.
yeah, I remember you said that. And then you went ahead and said you were a freak. You even told us about, and he asked you what the freakiest thing you had done. And you said one time you actually like instructed somebody to have sex with your partner whilst you were watching.
Yeah.
And then you said you were a jealous lover. So I've been meaning to ask you, how does that add up? Because if you're a jealous lover.
Well, okay, so let me explain that section.
Okay.
That was somebody that I had broken up with for a while.
Okay.
And then he was trying to get back with me. And now, me knowing what the plan was, I just had to have fun with the whole thing. I wasn't going to partake in having sexual relations with him. But I sat down and had someone do it to him. Because he wanted a threesome. I didn't want it. So I'm like, okay, let's pretend we're going to do the threesome. Have the person come to the room and you all do what you have to do.
Essentially, he did not have a threesome then.
No, he didn't. He eventually had a one-some.
I want to know, have your views on anal sex changed? You
I've never been
do it.
interested. No, I won't do it.
Still?
What's
the problem there?
Why? God created one part for something. Let's just deal with that. I don't want. Have you ever heard of all the excuse me, I'm not going to mention names, but you know some people leak from there, right? When they sit down, you see the line and all that. I don't want to experience that. I'm sorry.
Okay, moving on.
Too much information.
All right.
No, you don't ask me the questions you don't want answers to.
Oh, I wanted an answer to it. You haven't changed your mind.
No,
So, okay, for anybody that is looking to date you, or even Joseph, she still's not like letting you in there. Okay, so the next viewer comment for Joseph, I didn't notice this, but Magdalene says, if he was single, why does he have a ring on his ring finger? That's an indication of marriage. Were you wearing a ring?
So yeah, I am still wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's on my other hand. I think.
Camera.
Okay.
I think it was a camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Magdalene.
Yeah.
She's not.
Yeah, I'm still single. I'm not married.
Okay, what was the most interesting thing that you learned about Barbara in your 15 minutes conversation?
I mean, the fact that she's open. I mean, we're having a conversation. She was open to a lot of things.
Except anal sex.
Except, yeah, I mean, open to everything. I think
And threesomes.
Yeah.
You're not. Oh yeah, you're not open to threesomes as
No.
well.
Yeah.
But then you say you're a freak, Barbara.
Freak can
Freak
be
can-
a lot
it
of
doesn't
things. It
mean
doesn't
that.
mean that.
I can be
You know?
everything for my man. I don't need a third party.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Where did you guys go? Who made the plans?
Oh, so we went to Catfish for brunch.
Okay.
Yeah, I think kind of the show helped initiate everything. So
Mm.
we went to the afternoon for brunch.
Bottomless mimosas.
Did we have bottomless mimosas?
Did you?
No.
No, we didn't.
You didn't drink any alcohol.
I think we
We
did.
did.
We took some shots.
Yeah,
It was a
Vanilla shot. I think.
No,
No?
it was something they were doing.
Yeah,
Like
it
they
was
had this
special, yeah.
special shots that they were
Okay.
sending around. So we took a couple,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe let's say 3 shots each.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break it down. How did the day go? Were you both on time?
Yeah, we were both on time. I think I
Yeah.
picked her up.
Oh, you
So,
picked her up. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, such a gentleman.
Mm.
Barbara! No, explain that. Why did you do that?
Well, I guess it was because I was just next door to the place, so.
So
I
you
was at
don't
my
think that him
sister's
picking
place
you
at
up
the
was a big
time.
deal?
No, I had to tell him to pick me up because he wanted to go there and wait for me. I'm like, but I'm just on your road. Like, it's the same. You're going to pass in front of the house to get there. Then he was like, okay, fine. Then he stopped there. Then I got into the car and we got there.
Maybe he wanted to sit at the table, and then you know how like when you walk in and then you have that whole like slow-mo moment in his mind.
Well, where he was sitting, there was no way he would have seen
Seen
me even
you.
coming
Yeah,
in.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Right,
Where we
right.
went to sit. There's no
Okay,
way.
so what was the conversation like with no cameras and no blindfolds?
Do you want to talk about it? Sure.
Yeah, I mean, before we went for the date, we had been talking beforehand.
Oh,
after
on the
this.
phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
texting, meeting up and stuff. But on the dates, I don't know, I think the conversation topics had kind of died out in a way, so...
It's because you both spoke about sex. You spoke about all the sex on the show and didn't have anything
I
else?
would say that why the conversations died was because we had met a couple of times. I noticed with Joseph, he won't do the talking unless I'm doing it. As you can know, I like to talk. So I'm always doing the talking. So that day I said to him, today you're going to do all the talking. If you don't talk, I'll be
You're not gonna
quiet. So
talk.
we'll just be staring at each other on the table, probably.
And is that
eating
what
or drink.
happened?
Yes.
So aside fatfish and your coffee dates, which by the way, you are very bougie with your choices.
What?
Coffee date. Anyway, no. The average Ghanaian.
Ayitey meets model.
Oh, model/event.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have you
makes
been on
sense.
any other date after that?
Not official. Like we met a couple of times in between, but not necessarily like a date. So yeah, so I guess the coffee date and then the fatfish date. Yeah, that'll make 2 dates.
And did you speak on those? Did you handle the conversation on those other ones?
No, actually, like she said, she's more of the talker. I'm more of the general listener in this feedback conversations.
But I didn't get that vibe from your episode. From your episode, I felt like you were very engaging, like you were having conversations. Do you feel like he's a fraud?
Whoa.
Well, this is what I believe.
Whoa.
I wouldn't
Fraud,
say
wow.
a fraud, but I would say I could understand because he's an IT guy. And ITs usually hide behind the PC to do a lot of the things they do. And then when they come face to face with you, it's less talking. So I think on chat, he was more engaging. And then after a while, it was like, the conversations is like, I don't know if I should say, he was trying to like, oh, I'm busy, I can't chat. But you chat to me and I reply, then you act you're busy. And I'm like, okay, let's just leave it there. You know?
So what I'm hearing is that like, this is not going anywhere.
I don't think so.
Oh.
We are very opposite people.
Yeah, I think so.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Has this conversation been had?
No, I think I figured it out on our data fat face.
Same. I think it's unspoken, but you know that, okay, this is not going to work out in the
I think
end.
when I was talking about the whole exercise thing, so I like my guy to really exercise because I like to exercise. So I want to see the cats, I want to see the trends. You know, I want to go old and looking good and all that. But he was like, he needs motivation, and that was a bit of turn off for me because I am self-motivated, you understand? And I need a stronger person to be behind me to also keep pushing me because on the days where I don't feel like moving and I have to motivate myself, sometimes you just want to lean or have somebody who actually cares for, you know? But it was like, he's comfortable with everything. So I felt like if I go on that path, I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
Like, basically.
What about now?
Now I wouldn't say I've changed, but I'm doing a lot more stuff like externally, physically and stuff. Yeah, I've done some hiking, some adventure trips here and there. So yeah, I think
Barbara, is it turning you on? He's going on hikes.
He's coming out of his little bubble.
I've been coming out a little bit more, you know, trying to change.
He's more like that when he's with his friends.
Right.
He likes friends, like hang out.
Well, not really nowadays. More like solo stuff now, because even the adventures and hikes I go on is by myself. So yeah, I'm just changing a little bit, trying to be more active.
Do you think you have a problem with companionship? Like, do you think that you get tired of people every time you try to like find somebody?
I'm not really tired, but nowadays, like, you have to keep up with me now because now I'm going faster.
Really? So
you have to keep up with me now. If somebody is kind of dragging along, I can't pull you alongside me.
They have to meet you where you're at.
Exactly. So yeah, during that transition time between the date and now, a lot of things have changed. I'm trying to reach my higher goals, I guess.
So you guys didn't have any conversation about the fact that it's not going to go anywhere. So were you planning to just like ghost?
Not ghost.
Well, he just ghosted.
Okay. And how did you take that?
I was cool because I was thinking of how to ghost. And I was trying to be a nice person.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what's next for you, like in terms of relationships and finding love, Barbara?
Right now,
Ghanaian men still trifling.
See, I'm trying not to date right now. Like, I'm not thinking of it because I have so much going on right now, work-wise. So I'm just trying to focus on that. If I find love, I do, but I'm not looking for it. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so my last question I'm going to ask you guys before we move on to Maame. You've seen all of the ladies that came on. Okay.
Right.
Who do you think the producers should have paired you with, if not for Barbara? Out of all the girls that you saw.
That's a good question.
A very good question.
I mean, I would say, Ngozi is interesting. Yeah, I would say that.
Are you sure?
I am.
Ngozi and Barbara are almost the same person.
I know, but I know Ngozi's type, so
What's her type?
That type of, love languages. They like.
Oh, so you know the 5 love. That was on almost every episode. I just asked all the girls, love language. What's your love language? It was too much. Okay, so Ngozi, interesting. I wouldn't have chosen Ngozi for you.
Oh, really?
I thought you would go with somebody that's a bit more like subtle, calm.
No, I don't like. I am subtle and calm, so I can't find somebody who's also subtle and calm.
She's literally okay. All right. So before we go on, Maame and Taufeeq had also a very interesting conversation. It was very formal. We were talking about work and all of that. We're going to go and get a little recap and come back to some of my questions to give you a bit more context. All right? Okay.
Hi, Angel.
Wow. He sounds really nice.
I was a model.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would include him in my men's fashion line.
There was another story I did which also couldn't come out because I was told to drop it.
He talks a lot, but it's not boring. I like to call myself a sapiosexual.
You remind me so much of my ex.
Hey.
Yeah.
The one thing that doesn't do it for me is comparison. It was a no-no for me.
I think Maame should have considered the fact that I am not a player.
All right, and we are back from that recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maame,
Hi, Joseph.
I want to ask you, did you enjoy your conversation with your partner?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was an interesting conversation.
Be honest.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you know,
no.
when I was watching it, I felt like it was giving very career aspirations and goals. It wasn't getting to know somebody to see like it was a bit too formal. And then in the confessionals, you're like, oh, I really like the conversation. I said, I go well, what? So let's be honest. Did you enjoy?
No, it was an interesting conversation. Like I said, it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean.
You can say it, Mommy. You can say it.
On that.
Yeah.
Oh no! I mean, it was a nice conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He's quite an interesting person, but
Okay.
yeah, not really my type.
Not really.
To
your
be
type.
honest, I mean, I did say that I felt like he was fresh out of a relationship and he wasn't over it.
Yeah.
You know.
I have a question about that because he kept bringing up his ex.
Exactly.
Anyway, we have a viewer comment for you.
Okay.
Zach Patrick Bentum said, I think Maame should have given Tofik a chance. After referring to her as an angel at the start, I thought he had secured the thumbs up. Patrick, men lie.
Right.
If that's all it takes.
If it was that,
I mean, what do you think about Patrick's comment?
That's hilarious.
it's comment.
Was a weird angel? That's the
It's on the back.
And angels in there also.
Yeah.
My heart beats.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Nah.
Okay, so what kind of topics do you typically talk about on a first date?
What do I?
Yeah.
I mean, I talk about anything there is to talk about. It could be sex, it could be your past, it could be your career, what you're doing now. I mean, what you're looking to do in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole.
I was
bunch of
really
stuff.
expecting you to ask Tofik something sexual because he was so serious. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, Mommy is
Yeah,
asking
but you
for-
see, but you also need to
read the
get
room.
the
Yeah.
because if you're
What's
not getting
there?
that
That's
feeling,
true.
then you don't go that way because then it
Really?
will just sort of be like.
You have to shake the
Doing
foundation just a little bit. Shaking on.
Sounds.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Do you really not have a physical type? You said that.
I don't.
Really?
I don't. So, archives now,
You see that? Like everyone is different. Okay. Okay. So this is the question I was going to ask you. Is it really okay for people to talk about their ex on a first date?
Okay. So I feel like it depends on how and
How they
what
talk about.
brings up the conversation. You see, in my episode, for instance, he talks about how he's working with his ex or they're trying to start a business. But this is a recent ex that you are, and you are trying to go into another relationship where you're not entirely over it, and then you remind me of my ex.
Yes,
That's
that was when he said that. I said, "Oh, Mommy's not going to pick this guy
yeah. Like,
because it's giving very much rebound."
yeah, you know. So
Yeah.
I feel like it depends on what you're actually talking about. What brings up that topic. Yeah.
My question, I watched that particular episode with a friend, and I'm going to ask you this question, very serious. When you took off your blindfold, what did you think about what Tofik was wearing? Because my friend said, "Oh, it was giving very junior pasta." That's what my friend said, and I said, "Let me ask Maame this question."
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really like impressed.
Oh,
but
okay. I really wish Tofik was here to
junior pasta vibes.
junior pasta
but,
vibes. But what's wrong with the junior pasta?
Mommy would say what she really thought.
She's not being honest, right?
No, okay. In all honesty, I mean, like I said, I wasn't really like impressed with his outfit.
Yeah.
The style.
Maybe in a different setting, he might look different, but then that particular one, I was like, okay.
You
like,
said you were going to use him
Yeah.
as a model.
but I would.
Yeah.
trust me.
It was a way of
I
saying,
will
I want to style you.
I want to style you, like, you know.
Mame, when you roll out your men's collection, we want to see Tofik because you said you were.
Oh no, I said, and I would. Yes, definitely.
I know Tofik really liked you.
Oh.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm a likable person.
No, you can go on one friendship date. No, one let us see date.
Let us see.
There's nothing to see. I don't think.
Hey, Barbara.
I'm sorry.
All right, so my last question is to everybody. What has the reaction to the show been like? Do you get recognized? Do people see you and say, that's that boy, online,
God.
whatever?
Even last week, someone said, yo, I can't believe you didn't tell me that you were on a TV show. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then she sends the link and I was like, that.
You completely forgot.
I forgot about
Baba, what about you?
I've had my school friends call me, some telling me that before it even came out, when they
put the trailer out
and everything, I got a lot of calls on that from my SS mates and stuff, and they were like, we can't wait to see because we know the things you will say on this show and all that. But they were intrigued. They wanted to know, because if you know me, you know that I'm very open with my conversation.
Yes.
And sometimes it's so bad to the point that I don't care whether it's my mom asking me. I go all out, like, you know, because don't ask me things you don't want answers for. That's the point.
Right.
So I've had that. And I've had a couple of friends on social media ask me how it was and how everything was like and everything. I'm like, I came to have fun and I did have a great time. Have they been asking you like about Joseph and how far? My friends, yes. Yeah. And those that are around me, they know how far. You know how after the date, it was like ding, 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 like, you know, this is what happened. I hope you didn't paint him too bad.
But like even at one point, I think I stumbled on Spaces on Twitter.
All right, so on Twitter there was a Spaces that was discussing the episodes.
You know, some of the episodes, and you know, some of the things that people were talking about, like, oh, so I don't understand why she was talking about threesomes and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I just felt the need to go and defend because they're taking it so personal.
Very personal.
Like they took it really, really
Did you say something on there?
Yeah, it was this.
So at some point, I was very quiet, and then someone said, "Oh, I saw you in the trailer. Weren't you part of it?" And then I said, "Well, yeah, but I haven't. My episode hasn't aired yet."
So. Okay. Anyway, guys, that has been our episode. I hope you enjoyed this reunion. You know, Tofik couldn't make it, but we still had Maame here, Joseph and Barbara, and you know. Love is a battlefield and some of you are not warriors, so stay out of it. The truth of the matter is that your soulmates could be, you know, your grandmother, your uncle. Maybe you're just not going to be lucky in love and single life is for you. And, you know, when you come to that realization, you understand that nobody's really your type. Okay, I've been your host, Joseph N.T., and it's been Joseph, Barbara, and Maame Damte. We're going to be moving on to our next set of couples or single people. I mean, don't change the channel.
I don't understand why now you're sitting here telling me I'm not intelligent.
I never said that.
Oh, really? The very moment you start reacting like this, you pack your things and go.
For your information, I am intelligent. If not, I won't be running a company.